Hola, namaste, and hello. I'm Sukriti Yadavanshi, your host, and I welcome you to the Techie Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, today's episode is focused on data-driven enterprise strategy. Our modus operandi for this conversation is to talk about the opportunities that scale and realize the value from the AI projects. In today's rapidly evolving business landscape, data has emerged as a key driver of innovation, growth, and competitive advantage. As companies across industries recognize the immense value hidden within their data, harnessing it effectively has become crucial for us. Now, a data driven enterprise strategy offers organizations the opportunity to scale their operations and realize significant value from the AI project. With the use of advanced analytics, AI, and machine learning, let's just say, techniques, organizations can uncover valuable insights and automate processes and deliver exceptional customer experiences. Now, hence, collaboration between businesses and technology team is vital for implementing a data-driven enterprise. This can be achieved by breaking down silos and fostering cross-functional collaboration, which actually helps organizations facilitate seamless flow of data-driven insights across departments. Now, ultimately, the goal of a data-driven enterprise strategy is to realize the value of AI projects, as mentioned earlier. Now, by technologies and focusing on practical deployment of strategies, businesses can actually harness the power of data to drive innovation, enhance operational efficiency, and achieve sustainable growth in today's competitive landscape. Guys, I'm delighted to have Mr. Naveen Kamath, Vice President and CTO, Data and AI Services from Kyndryl India. Welcome to the show, Naveen. I'm so delighted to have you here.
Thank you, Sukriti. Glad to be here on this podcast. Excited to be here.
Wonderful. So without any further ado, I will quickly jump to the questions that I have for you, Naveen. And to begin with, there's a lot of industry talk about the data-driven business and AI-enabled insights. But most companies these days are just scratching the surface, I guess. What is holding companies back from the successfully, when we talk about leveraging the overall data here?
Yes, Sukriti, you're absolutely right. I think, well, there's a lot of talk about data-driven businesses, and AI-enabled insights. As much as data can be an asset, when not acted upon, data can be a liability, holding back innovation and value creation. So a big part of what is holding companies back is the technical debt and the inherent complexity. You look at legacy systems, you see different data silos, multiple source systems to integrate data from, all of which lead to delayed realization of value, right? And this could be attributed to various factors, including lack of skills, or simply because data operations and processes are broken at multiple levels. Now, some of this holding back can also be attributed to what I would call the legacy thinking, right, or the legacy mindsets, where there is inertia in terms of making the big leap towards change. It does require the collective will of the organization, and certainly the top leadership needs to recognize the need to transform. Now, once these barriers are overcome, it becomes easier to strategize around how data pathways can be decluttered with a data fabric or a data mesh approach. There are different architectural patterns. How data sharing with the right access and quality controls can be made seamless, how data products with the right governance construct can be made available for having that multiplier economic effect across the organization. One of the key things we advocate is having data observability across all of your data operations. So when you have data observability, it becomes easier to prevent or fix any of the data delivery issues quickly and proactively. So your downstream users are not impacted and technical debt does not accumulate. Look, at the end of the day, businesses need to be able to bridge the confidence gap in the data and insights that are being provided. So they need to see these as a true business enabler. And in regulated environments specifically, you need to be able to explain how these insights are being generated, what data was used, establish provenance throughout the insight generation life cycle. So I would add that good data should be everyone's responsibility. It's not just that of the IT organization, right? So it basically means driving data responsibility for good data, for data stewardship, and all of that across the organization.
All right. And with this, can you just also help us understand that how can actually companies build an effective data and AI strategy?
Yeah, sure. Well, first and foremost, um, uh, I think data strategy begins with looking at what should be the key business goals, and how do you drive to business value, given the various circumstances and various inputs to from the lines of businesses and so on and so forth, right? So one of the ways we do this with the organizations is we bring in the various lines of businesses. We look at what are the most high value use cases to look at in terms of unlocking value from data, right? And based on that, we then work back, whether that's in terms of breaking customer experience, for example, into various customer journeys, or whether it's in the context of driving efficiencies, or whether it's in the terms, whether it is in the context of driving, let's say, profitability or expanding margins. We work back from there to look at what should be the data architecture. We work back to look at how do you sort of look at what data integration needs to happen, what kind of data governance constructs should be in place. And with all of that, we basically have this kind of a co-creation, kind of a consultative dialogue with the various business stakeholders, with the IT stakeholders, and come together with a data strategy that can not only cover aspects related to the technology, but also in terms of what are the process or people related aspects that need to be addressed in terms of achieving that, or being able to execute to that data strategy, right? So that's broadly how we look at it, Sukriti.
I see. And jumping on with another one here, I mean, most companies today aim to be a data-driven cognitive enterprise. However, change at this scale is a tall order, and many internal IT departments haven't been able to keep up. Now, how can a service partner help here, and what specifically you at Kyndryl, bring to the table?
Sure, that's a great question, Sukriti. Well, first and foremost, a service provider can create an impact with the help of cross-functional teams that possess a wide variety of perspectives, experiences, technical skills. And specifically with Kyndryl, we've been harnessing what we've done internally to create solutions with our customers across many years now, right? For example, areas like AI ops, where you essentially bring AI to the whole IT operations space, right? So we have decades of experience in that space, providing customers with various options, whether that's on-prem or connecting their environments to, the Kyndryl Bridge, which is our digital services delivery platform. And all of this has meant managing large volumes of service management data for driving value in near real time, right? So that has given us a lot of perspectives around managing large data estates and some of that. Now, we also bring in Kyndryl Vital, which, as I was alluding to earlier on the question you had earlier, which is, we bring in this whole co-innovation, co-creation construct, particularly when we are addressing aspects like data strategy, data governance strategy, where you need to work with a varied set of stakeholders and take in different inputs to come out with the end blueprint, right? And in terms of what needs to be the value drivers and some of that. We also provide end-to-end services to enable data and AI insights at scale. So whether it is data foundation, data architecture, data quality, data preparation, and all the way through developing AI solutions and putting them into production. So we provide all of these services, right? And of course, the managed services part of it, which includes automated tools, workflows, some of that. We also have a strong partner ecosystem, whether that's the hyperscalers or some of the leading data platform vendors. And essentially, because we recognize that there are a vast range of technologies in the data space, in the AI space, and then also recognizing the fact that our customers have made their investments over a period of time. So how do you not only protect their investment, but also come up with fit for purpose solutions, right? In terms of differentiators, I would say, what we look at from a Kyndryl data and AI services standpoint is, access to the global expertise for future-ready solutions through our people, through some of the IP that we have created, some of the partner ecosystem that we have. So all of this basically contributes to reducing the complexity of managing or transforming a customer's data estate. And also some of the solutions that we have come up with, for example, the Kyndryl Data and Analytics Console is a unified sort of a control plane that can help manage data operations in a complex hybrid environment while we are delivering good data, right? So bring in aspects like data observability, data governance, data quality, management, all of that into a single pane of glass. So you don't necessarily need to have multiple tools to manage your data estate. So some of these things, I think, go a long way in sort of making this transformation happen.
Right. And people are the most critical part of any successful digital transformation exercise, as we know, as we are all reading these days when we talk of the entire customer experience and what we bring to the table as companies. What people's challenge do you see in impeding progress, and how can companies actually address them? Also, what are the required skills to have a successful career in data science, machine learning, and AI, for that matter?
Yeah, absolutely. Sukriti, I really believe companies must inculcate a culture of continuous learning with the top leaders walking the talk and look to reskill, upskill the workforce. Right? For example, any organization, for it to be a truly data-driven enterprise, we believe it is essential to have a data literacy agenda across the organization. Right? So at Kyndryl, we provide numerous opportunities for our workforce to upskill, reskill themselves, obtain the necessary transformation certifications, and develop the required skills to efficiently collaborate with our partners and deliver effective solutions. In terms of skills required for a successful career in the data space, in the data science space, I believe there are three key dimensions. The first being the core data science part itself, which includes areas such as deep learning, NLP. Now you see there's a lot of buzz around generative AI and areas such as prompt engineering, for example. Then we have the whole space of data architecture, data engineering, ML engineering skills, which is how do you operationalize all of this and make it happen seamlessly, right? How do you integrate all these insights that you're generating with the downstream, business workflows? And the last very important part also is what I call the data storytelling part, right? Which is, including visualization skills, making the insights more consumable, impactful, business narratives that bring about that, call it the penny dropping moment for the line of business owners, right? So each of these dimensions can be so much more amplified when coupled with a deeper understanding of the business domain itself. So the more the data SMEs, the data scientists, the data engineers understand or have appreciation of what the business domain itself is about, I think the projects can be so much more successful.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for those tips, Naveen. Moving on to the next one. What are some of the industries, where you expect to see major traction for data and AI solutions?
Well, look, I mean, all major industry verticals, right? I mean, you look at the financial services space or the healthcare, manufacturing, or retail. All are looking at data and intelligent applications, automation driven by AI as being pivotal to drive any meaningful digital transformation. Right? So whether it's in terms of like I was saying earlier, driving breakthrough operational efficiencies or driving better customer experience, or opening up new revenue channels, expanding margins, continuous focus on, I think, business value and innovation through data and AI solutions can have that, call it the multiplier flywheel effect, right? So small projects can sort of accumulate and bring about that massive transformational impact. We also believe cross-industry themes such as digital twin, sustainability, and newer technologies such as generative AI are beginning to radically change where investments are being made and how data and AI solutions are being applied to these themes, and how the innovation agenda itself is being conceived or reimagined within large enterprises.
All right, thank you so much for that, Naveen. This is the last one. The role of AI ML engineers is becoming mainstream today. What are your views on this, and do we expect to see some chief AI officers soon?
Well, that's again a great question, Sukriti. And yeah, I mean, the demand for data scientists, AI, ML engineers, and if I may add, data engineers has surged, right? As businesses, governments recognize the value of AI technologies in driving innovation and gaining a competitive edge. Almost every CEO and every large enterprise today recognizes the seminal role that AI will play in driving business transformation and driving disruption, right? So according to some industry estimates, AI is expected to even contribute up to 15 plus $trillion to the global economy by 2030, right? And that's massive, that's substantive. So for example, the government of India again, I think, has announced its plans to set up 3 centers of excellence for AI in top educational institutions during this fiscal year's union budget. India is also betting big on its vast talent pool, the vast reservoir of talent that India has, and leveraging its G20 presidency, right, and chairmanship of the Global Partnership on AI to sort of bat for innovation in AI and to devise a common framework to govern emerging technologies. So all these factors, I think, will lead to a massive spike in demand for the role of AI engineers as industries and governments acknowledge, the transformational role that this will play. The role of chief AI officers, and again, if I may extend that to the role of chief data and AI officers, I think will become imperative for any organization's success, right? Especially as investment in data and AI will not be seen as capex or OPEX spends, but will be seen more from a lens of driving, monetization, driving net new business outcomes, driving data literacy across the organization, and all of that. So, I think the role of chief AI officers and chief data and AI officers, I think, is going to become pivotal to any organization's success.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Naveen. I think I had a great time, getting these insights from you on the whole data and AI, landscape and how it's going to actually, be utilized when it comes to scaling up the opportunities and bringing in the AI projects all together. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful, wonderful insights with us here, Naveen.
Thank you, Sukriti. Great to be on this podcast, and great to thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much once again, folks. I hope you've made a note of the pivotal and important role that AI officers are going to play or AI experts are going to play in the coming time that Naveen has just shared in this conversation. I'll be back with another episode very soon. Till then, please stay safe and take care, and stay tuned to TechIt for all the latest tech updates.